What's up, folks? Glad to have you back. Today, we're diving into something that's been catching a lot of attention in the gun community lately. I'm talking about iconic firearms that were once discontinued, sidelined, or nearly forgotten, but are now back and better than ever. These aren't just re-releases, these are thoughtful revivals. Classic designs that have been fine-tuned with modern tech and materials to meet the needs of today's shooters. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a weekend plinker, or someone who just appreciates well-built hardware with a story behind it, this video's got something for you. So sit back, relax, and let's take a trip through time and technology as we look at the guns that made a comeback and did it right. Let's start with a revolver that's more than just a blast from the past. The Colt Python. Originally introduced in the mid-1950s and earning a reputation as the Rolls-Royce of revolvers through the 70s and 80s, it had everything you could want in a .357 Magnum. Hand-fitted parts, a slick double-action trigger, and a high-polish royal blue finish that just popped. Collectors went nuts for them after production ended in 2005, with prices skyrocketing on the second-hand market. Then in 2020, Colt gave us a fresh take on the Python, and it didn't disappoint. The new version is built from stronger stainless steel, addressing durability concerns with older models that struggled under heavy Magnum loads. The trigger has been reworked for a more consistent pull, and you can choose between 4.25 and 6-inch barrel lengths. At 42 ounces, it's hefty in a good way, soaking up recoil and keeping things steady shot after shot. The walnut grips, full underlug barrel, and adjustable sights strike that perfect balance between vintage vibe and shootability. And at around $1,500, it's no longer just a showpiece. It's a real deal revolver that you'll want to put rounds through regularly. From there, let's shift into something a little sleeker and much more compact. The Walther PPK. Known for its unmistakable silhouette and ties to cinema royalty, the PPK is a piece of firearm history that still holds up today. After a production hiatus in the US that left a lot of fans scrambling to find one, Walther Arms brought it back stateside in 2019, producing the new models out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Chambered in .380 ACP, this all-steel pistol sports a fixed barrel for added accuracy, a double and single-action trigger system, and the classic slide-mounted decocker. It's got that slim, timeless profile and just enough capacity, 6 or 7 rounds depending on the variant. It might not compete with today's double-stack micro-compacts in terms of firepower, but it wasn't built for that. The PPK is about precision, feel, and style. It's for the shooter who appreciates steel in their hand and a trigger that feels just right. At around $850, it's a throwback that doesn't feel dated. Let's zero in on a powerhouse that's been quietly gaining the respect it deserves, the Glock 20. Chambered in 10mm auto, this pistol isn't your average sidearm. It was originally designed for serious firepower, and in recent years, shooters have started rediscovering just how capable it really is. With a 15+1 capacity and a rugged design built to handle the high pressures of 10mm loads, the Glock 20 has become a favorite among hunters, hikers, and anyone venturing into bear country. The heavier slide and dual recoil spring system help tame that powerful round, making it surprisingly manageable for a full-size pistol. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done every single time. Whether you're at the range or deep in the woods, the Glock 20 delivers unmatched reliability, raw power, and that no-nonsense Glock simplicity that just works. Now let's talk about a true legend, the Browning High Power. This is one of those pistols that defined an era. Designed by John Browning and completed by F.N. Herstow, the High Power became the sidearm of choice for military forces around the world for decades. Chambered in 9mm with a single-action trigger and a slim grip that fits just right in the hand, it offered 13 rounds at a time when most service pistols held far less. The trigger is crisp, the recoil is soft, and the overall balance makes it a joy to shoot. When FN discontinued it in 2018, fans were heartbroken, but its reputation never faded. The High Power was never just another handgun. It was a symbol of craftsmanship, reliability, and timeless design. Even today, original models are prized by collectors and range enthusiasts alike. It's the kind of pistol that feels alive in your hands, and once you've fired one, it's easy to understand why it earned its iconic status. Coming up next, the Smith & Wesson Model 19. is a revolver that was practically standard issue for American law enforcement for decades. This K-frame .357 Magnum was known for its sweet handling and sleek profile. When production stopped, original examples started becoming harder and more expensive to find. But in 2018, S&W gave us a fresh take with subtle refinements. The new models come in both 2.75 and 4.25-inch barrel versions, finished in a rich blued steel that glows under the light. Walnut grips bring that vintage look, and the two-piece barrel design tightens up lockup and improves accuracy. With 6-round capacity and sights that are both adjustable and easy to pick up, this revolver bridges the gap between duty and nostalgia. It's priced around $1,000, making it a legitimate range gun, carry option, or collector's piece, whatever lane you want to run with. Let's talk about a lever-action rifle that came back swinging, the Marlin 1895 SBL. This isn't just a revival, it's a full-on resurrection. When Ruger took over the Marlin brand after Remington's collapse, fans were hopeful but cautious. Then came the 1895 SBL, and all doubts were put to rest. Chambered in .45-70 government, this rifle is an absolute beast built for serious work, whether it's hunting in the deep woods or standing tall in your gun safe. It features a 19-inch stainless steel barrel, a big loop lever for easy cycling, and a full-length Picatinny rail up top, making it optic-ready right out of the box. The Ghost Ring rear sight and fiber optic front are fast to acquire, even in low light. It's also got a threaded muzzle, so if you want to throw on a suppressor or muzzle brake, you're good to go. What Ruger did here wasn't just about bringing the 1895 back. They refined it, tightened up the tolerances, and gave it the durability and accuracy that modern shooters expect. The result? A rugged, powerful, and incredibly satisfying lever gun that feels like it belongs in both the 19th century and the 21st. Speaking of lasting legacies, the Ithaca Model 37 is one of those under-the-radar pump shotguns that continues to win people over. First produced in the 1930s, the 37 has a distinctive bottom eject design that makes it a go-to for left-handed shooters and hunters working in dense brush. There's no side port to catch debris or snag branches. After changing hands over the years and going through some manufacturing inconsistencies, Ithaca Gun Company tightened things up and brought it back with a vengeance. The current production models are made with modern machinery, and the quality control is excellent. The Featherlight version weighs just under 7 pounds and comes in 12, 16, or 20 gauge. Barrel lengths range from 20 to 28 inches, and the wood furniture is seriously nice. Walnut stocks with sharp checkering and a steel receiver that gives the gun a premium, old-school feel. The pump action is incredibly smooth, one of the best in the business, and it cycles like a dream. With a 4+1 capacity and strong reliability, it's a great option whether you're chasing turkeys, busting clays, or just want a unique, dependable pump shotgun that stands apart from the Mossbergs and Remingtons of the world. Let's shift gears now and talk about something tactical that's been making waves. The Heckler & Koch SP5. This is the civilian version of the legendary MP5 submachine gun, and for years, it was something you could only dream about owning unless you had a tax stamp and a deep wallet. But HK changed the game by releasing the SP5, manufactured in Germany with the same tooling and parts that go into the real MP5S. The build quality is as good as you'd expect from HK. This thing feels solid the moment you pick it up. The SP5 has an 8.86-inch cold hammer-forged barrel and uses the same roller-delayed blowback system that makes the MP5 so smooth and controllable. It ships with two 30-round magazines, a padded sling, and has that iconic polymer furniture that looks and feels like military spec. While it's technically a pistol, many owners SBR it or add a brace to make it even more versatile. It's heavy for a 9mm, tipping the scales at about 6 pounds, but that heft makes it one of the flattest shooting pistol caliber carbines on the market. At around $3 grand, it's definitely a premium buy, but you're getting the real deal, not a clone, not a parts kit rebuild. It's everything the MP5 fanbase has been waiting for, and the fact that it's now accessible without NFA paperwork is a win. To wrap up this segment, let's look at a piece of history that's surprisingly fun to shoot, the Auto Ordnance M1 carbine. Originally issued during World War II, the M1 carbine was designed to be lightweight and easy to maneuver, especially for support troops who didn't need a full-size battle rifle. Today, Auto Ordnance offers a faithful reproduction of that classic in .30 carbine. It features an 18-inch barrel, walnut stock, and a 15-round magazine, all while keeping the weight down to about 5.5 pounds. It uses a short-stroke gas piston system that makes recoil almost non-existent, and while it's not going to win any long-range accuracy contests, it's a joy to shoot out to 100 yards. The flip-style rear sight and traditional iron front post keep things simple, and the gun just feels fast in your hands. Whether you're into historical firearms or just want something different to bring to the range, the M1 carbine delivers a ton of charm and usability for around $1,200. It's a reminder that sometimes the old designs still work incredibly well, and when they're this well executed, they're hard to beat. If there's one pistol that's always had a loyal following, it's the CZ75. First designed in the 1970s in Czechoslovakia, the CZ75 earned its place in the Handgun Hall of Fame with its all-steel frame, smooth double-action trigger, and exceptional ergonomics. The CZ75B, still in production today, stays true to that original design while offering small but meaningful upgrades like a firing pin block safety and improved machining. It's not flashy, but it's incredibly accurate, easy to control, and feels like it was sculpted for your hand. Whether you pick up a modern CZ75B or hunt down one of the new limited retro editions with old-school roll marks and wooden grips, this is a gun that's as functional as it is iconic. In a world of polymer clones, the CZ75 stands out as a timeless workhorse. Few bolt-action rifles carry the legacy of the Winchester Model 70. Known as the rifleman's rifle, this classic has seen decades of field use and hunting history. Winchester has brought it back in recent years with enhanced quality control and modern touches, while still honoring the pre-64 controlled round feed system that made it famous. The new production rifles feature cold hammer-forged barrels, smooth bolt throw, and crisp triggers right out of the box. Whether you're picking one up in .30-06, .270, or .308, the Model 70 offers reliability and elegance in the same breath. It's the kind of rifle you pass down through generations, and the kind that still earns respect at the range or in the woods. The Beretta 92 series has been around for decades and was the U.S. military's standard sidearm for years. But the 92X performance takes everything shooters loved about the original M9/92FS and dials it up to 11. Built with a steel Vertec frame, extended beaver tail, and an oversized magazine release, this version is made for competition but carries all the DNA of a combat-tested legend. The Brigadier slide and heavier profile tame recoil, while the trigger is tuned for fast, precise follow-up shots. It's still unmistakably a Beretta, with that open slide and classic lines. But now it's built for the range warrior who wants speed and style. It's proof that even the most proven platforms can be reborn for modern shooters without losing their identity. These firearms aren't just making a comeback. They're setting a new standard by blending heritage with modern performance. They shoot as good as they look, and they prove that craftsmanship and history still matter in a world full of plastic and trends. Whether it's the Colt Python's elegance, the SP5's precision, or the rugged confidence of the Marlin 1895, each one brings its own legacy to life in a way that feels fresh yet familiar. If one of these classics caught your eye, or if you've already added one to your collection, let me know in the comments. Got a favorite that still hasn't made its return? I want to hear that too. If you enjoyed this look at legendary firearms reborn, give the video a thumbs up, share it with someone who'd appreciate it, and make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives like this. Until next time, stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll see you in the next one.